The Biden administration is asking Israel to delay the expected ground incursion into Gaza. Telling ABC News, the hope is that this will allow more time for the release of more hostages and to get critical aid into Gaza. This comes as airstrikes by Israel intensify in the region, striking Hamas in Gaza as well as targets in Syria, Lebanon, and the West Bank. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
Israel's war against Hamas is intensifying. The IDF stepping up its airstrikes into Gaza over the weekend, and now more than 300,000 Israeli troops called up from the reserves. Some moved closer to the border, ready to invade the Gaza Strip. Early Monday morning, local time, Israeli Defense Forces striking a refugee camp in Gaza. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry saying 40 Palestinians were killed, including women and children. The IDF saying they're attacking terrorist targets throughout the Gaza Strip. On Sunday, Israeli fighter jets struck a mosque in the West Bank, which Israel says thwarted an imminent terror attack. At least 2 people were killed. 5 soldiers and 8 civilians were wounded when an Israeli tank accidentally fired on an Egyptian border post. An Egyptian military official says Israel immediately expressed regret. Israel also struck targets in Syria today and along the border with Lebanon, a barrage of missiles, artillery, and tank fire between Israel and Hezbollah. More Israeli towns being evacuated. ABC's Britt Clennett is at the border.
The fighting here is intensifying every single day. Look over here, you can see smoke blanketing that hillside, fires smoldering there. That's where Israel just struck Hezbollah positions, trying to make their way over here and attack Israel.
Israel says Hamas is holding at least 212 hostages, including some Americans, though 2 American hostages were released on Friday. President Joe Biden spoke to Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday. The White House tells ABC the administration urged Israel to delay the ground invasion to allow for the release of the remaining hostages and provide a safe way out for U.S. citizens and others in Gaza. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis inside Gaza is growing. People running out of food, water, medicine, and fuel. 20 aid trucks made it into Gaza on Saturday, and despite hundreds waiting at Egypt's Rafah border, packed and ready with that critical aid, even fewer of those trucks crossed into Gaza Sunday. The Palestine Red Crescent posting on social media that they did receive 15 trucks. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.